10 Bad Habit You Must Stop to Maintain a Good Personality and Healthy Living. A personality is like a fingerprint, unique and specific to each individual. There are many components that make up a personality, some of which include values, attitudes, beliefs, and habits. Although we are not always aware of it, our habits play a significant role in shaping our personalities. In fact, research has shown that up to 40% of our daily behaviors are habitual. Bad habits to avoid. 10. Procrastination. Procrastination is a bad habit that can have negative consequences. It can lead to missed deadlines, decreased productivity, and increased stress. It can also be detrimental to your health, as it can lead to sleep deprivation and anxiety. If you struggle with procrastination, there are a few things you can do to overcome it. First, try to identify the reasons why you procrastinate. This will help you find strategies to overcome it. For example, if you struggle with starting tasks, break them down into smaller steps that you can complete easily. If you tend to procrastinate when you're feeling overwhelmed, try making a list of the tasks you need to complete and prioritize them. Second, establish specific deadlines for yourself and hold yourself accountable. This will help you stay on track and motivated. 9. Being disorganized. If being disorganized is a bad habit you must stop now, there are a few things you can do to get yourself back on track. First, take a look at your physical space and see if it's cluttered. If it is, start by decluttering your space. This will help you to feel less overwhelmed and more in control. Next, take a look at your schedule and see if there are any areas where you can cut back on commitments. If you have too many things on your plate, it can be difficult to stay organized. Try to simplify your schedule as much as possible so that you have more time to focus on being organized. Finally, make sure to set aside time each day to focus on getting organized. 8. Being lazy. Lazing around may feel good in the moment, but it's actually a bad habit that you should stop now. Here's why. First, being lazy can lead to weight gain. When you're not active, your body starts to store more fat. And even if you're eating healthy, if you're not burning off those calories through movement, they can still add up and lead to unwanted pounds. Second, being lazy can make you feel depressed. When you don't have anything to do and you just sit around all day, it's easy to start feeling down about yourself. That negative mindset can then lead to depression and other mental health issues. So what should you do instead? Make a plan. 7. Unhealthy eating habits. Unhealthy eating habits can sneak up on you, and before you know it, you're stuck in a rut of bad eating habits that can be hard to break. If you're looking to make a change for the better, here are 4 unhealthy eating habits that you should stop now. Skipping breakfast. You've heard it time and time again, but breakfast really is the most important meal of the day. Skipping breakfast can cause you to overeat later in the day, as well as lead to other health problems such as obesity and type 2 diabetes. Eating late at night. Eating late at night can disrupt your sleep cycle and lead to weight gain. It's best to eat your last meal of the day at least 3 hours before you go to bed. 6. Smoking. Smoking is one of the worst habits that a person can have. It is not only detrimental to your health, but it is also expensive and can be quite smelly. If you are a smoker, it is important to quit for your own sake and for the sake of those around you. Here are some tips to help you quit smoking for good. Smoking is an extremely unhealthy habit. It damages your lungs and airways, causing problems like bronchitis, emphysema, and heart disease. It's also been linked to cancer of the mouth, throat, esophagus, pancreas, bladder, kidney, and cervix. In short, smoking is really bad for you. Not only is smoking bad for your health, it's also bad for your wallet. 5. Not exercising. If you don't make time for the gym now, you'll have to make time for the hospital later. That's because according to new research, not exercising is just as big of a health hazard as smoking. We found that inactivity is associated with increased risk of death, even at relatively low levels of activity, says Dr. Wael Jaber, study author and cardiologist at the Cleveland Clinic Foundation. And this was independent of other risk factors. The study followed more than 122,000 patients over a 14-year period. Researchers found that those who were inactive had a 50% greater risk of death from all causes than those who exercised at least moderately. And while it's long been known that smoking is hazardous to your health, this study shows that inactivity is just as deadly. 4. Drinking too much alcohol. If you're like most people, you enjoy having a drink or two now and then. But what happens when your drinking gets out of hand? Drinking too much alcohol can lead to a whole host of problems, both short-term and long-term. It's a bad habit that you need to stop now. Drinking too much alcohol can cause liver damage, heart disease, cancers, and other health problems. It can also lead to accidents and injuries. In the short term, it can make you feel nauseous and dizzy. It can also lead to blackouts, memory loss, and hangovers. If you're worried that you might be drinking too much, there are some signs to look for. Are you needing more drinks to get the same effect? Are you drinking more often than you used to? 3. Staying up too late. If you're one of those people who stay up too late, bad news, it's a habit you must stop now. Late nights may feel like they're no big deal, but they can actually have some pretty serious consequences. For one, staying up late can make it hard to focus the next day. It can also lead to weight gain and increased anxiety.